Hey guys, I'd like to just welcome you back to another Wise Choice Systems video. This time we are actually going to be doing a case review on the Aerocool Syclone black case. It is also available in red, and I'll take you through the case really quickly from a bit of a distance, and then I'll show you a bit closer. So obviously this is the front bezel. You've got a couple of lights just here, which are blue. They're not fans, unfortunately. It would be cool if they were. The front fan is actually just here, behind this grill here. So obviously you got 4 bays here. It's set up for either your 3/4 floppy, which I don't think anyone uses anymore, or if you wanted a card reader or a hot swap bay or something like that. Your reset switch is here, power switch is here. This closes a little bit better than the 6 element did. It's still not as magnetic as I would like. It's still sort of a bit ordinary there though, but it's got these little cutout sections just here, so that the pads on the actual feet sit in there quite nicely, and it does close off quite flush. It's got a bit of a handle just here, so you can do it quite easily. So that's obviously the side panel for the back of the motherboard. So it's got a handle here so you can open and close it if you want, and that's obviously the side that you would take off to get into the Mobo. So it's got the clear perspex panel just here. It's only a small panel, so it's not a very big window, and I believe you can fit one 120 or one 140 mil. You can't put a 200 mil on there. At least that's what the specifications say. And then at the top here it does look like it's vented, and you would think that you could put a fan in there. Now you might be able to fit something like, say, one of the slimline skites or something like that, a fan that might sit normally behind your Mobo, because there isn't actually a great deal of room there. I haven't built in this case yet, but I will be taking the top off later on and have a look in there, and when I do, I'll probably film it like I did on the 6 element, and we'll see what we can get in there and what can happen. Now this is the back of the case, pretty standard, 120. I think it's 120 mil at the back and 140 mil at the front, and they are the Aerocool, obviously standard fans. You got your water cooling option here. Again, that's all open. Your blue PCI slot covers. Back your Mobo would go here, and obviously your power supply. So I'll take the 2 side panels off now. Take a look at the motherboard, the back of the motherboard tray first for your cable management and stuff. So the back of the Mobo tray, now the Mobo tray is actually blue, and so is one of the hard drive caddies, but we'll get around to that a bit later. As you can see, you can take the top panel off. It's got 3 screws here, 2 at the back, and 1 about here on the other side. Now with this one here, because the front bezel's screwed on, I'm not 100% sure. I've taken a little bit of a look at it when I pulled it out of the box. And I believe that there's 2 screws here, like there was on the 6th Sense. There was 1 here and 2 here, so I still got to take a look at that and just sort of see what happens. But anyway, so obviously you've got your front cables which run through here. There's like a little hole at the front here. Probably try and manage that a little bit better, see how much room we got, if we can maybe get it up or something. You got your 3 cable management holes just here, and then you got your actual cable tie slots here and along here. I do like this cutout. It worked quite well on the 6th element. It's got quite a large cutout for the CPU if you want to mount a cooler or something like that. The only question I do have, and I understand, the supplier is probably never going to watch my video or anything like that, but why couldn't they just chuck a couple of cable tie options here, so that when you are running, say, your ATX power, so the power of the board, your 4-pin or your 8-pin, you sort of run it up here, hide it up here, and there is a hole just here, so when you take the top off you can sort of sit it in there. Now this one doesn't have a top fan, so it's not going to be like the 6 element. You probably won't have to take the top off. You could probably just slide it straight in there, and then go to your board, so that way you could actually tie it off down here. So if they had, like, say 3 here, and then 1 in here or something, and then that way also when you get your fan, you can kind of sort of, because I like to put it out the top as well. Normally this would go around, say, the fan, because there'd be a fan at the top there, and then you can kind of just sort of sit it out there like that, and then run it alongside your ATX so that it's nice and neat. But unfortunately, there's very rarely any cable tie slots, which does disappoint me a bit. I'll quickly show you the top, because I think I actually forgot to. Now the case itself isn't that heavy, it's quite light, and as you can see it's not that magnetic, which disappoints me. Now you got your headphone mic, jacks here, eSATA, 2 USBs, and a bit of ventilation at the top. So it does intrigue me that there is no fan in there, so I will be seeing if I can get one in there. Although I probably won't do much for the case, considering it's pretty much going to be on top of the optical drives, but we'll see how we go. So now we've got inside the case, pretty standard, only comes with 2 of your toolless release options. Pretty easy, just turn it, that's all it is. Nothing too flash or hard about it. The center drive bay comes out, same as on the 6th element. So now this can actually be turned as well. So with these here, they just kind of clip in, so you just slide them out. Which way does it slide? This way. But it's not going to want to slide for me for some unknown reason. It's not screwed like that would be why, because you've also got a little lever. It's actually a little bit harder than it looks. There you go. So that just pops off like that. So you just lift the top and then pull it forward. And then if you really wanted to, you are meant to be able to turn them around and have it so that it is 90-degree rotatable, so then you could have your bays going like that if you really wanted to. I believe that would require a bit of a change in the fan, but it does say that it is possible. I don't know why you would do it. I think you would only remove it if you wanted to install longer graphics cards. Apart from that, I would leave them this way. It always makes it neater for cable management, and then that just slides in. So you got obviously your accessory boxes. Now this here is the it comes with a caddy so that you can mount your SSD or your 2.5. It can also mount right up to 3.5, so you can mount a standard hard drive or a smaller hard drive, depending on sort of what you're doing. It is all countersunk, so that when you mount your, say, your SSD here, your screws will be nice and flush. It's not too bad. Now it comes with rails. They are marked left and right. I don't know if I'll be able to actually get you a close enough view, but there's an R there, and then there's a L just there. I might see if I can get some video of that a bit later. And then obviously that's just your rails for your hard drives. So let's have a look here. Let's see what we get in our accessories box. Lots of goodies. A lock. So obviously you screw that to your case. Goes in about here, like that. Or you can actually go this way like that. So that goes like that, and then you slide it across, and you can lock it off so no one can steal it. So it's cool. Comes with a speaker. Whatever happened to these coming with Mobos? I've never understood why they come with a case, but anyway. You got about 12 rails for your hard drives, and as I said, they are all marked left and right. Is that everything that came out of it? No, there's not everything out. Still more stuff. Get quite a few cable ties as well. Just the little tie-off cable ties. And your accessory screws, all your hard drive spacers. It comes with a couple of washers and everything like that. Now this is something else that I wanted to show you guys as well. Is and you get a booklet and it tells you how to install your hard drives on your rails and stuff like that. Now this is something else that I wanted to show you guys. This is called a Vga Stabilizer, and it is patented by Aerocool. So what happens is, let's just say our motherboard was in there. Before we put our screws in through the motherboard into the spacers, you would put this there, the screw would go through there, and then that would mount like that and sit on top of your card. And then this one would say go the other way. So I don't know, where would the card sit about there? So that would look kind of, see if we can just sit that in there for now. So it would kind of sort of sit like that and would go around your card like that. I'll see if I can use this as an example. There we go, it's probably a bit better. So that goes like that, that goes over your card, and then that would get like that, and then like that, and then you would slide it up so that it sits, you know, reasonably tight on your card. And obviously what that's designed to do is when your card is, we use this, is sitting in flush like that, it's obviously pinned in and then it's pinned here, you can get a bit of tail wag, or like, you know, like it can wobble a bit. I call it tail wag, you can call it whatever you want, but it can sort of wobble a little bit. I generally don't have too many issues with that because the way I cable tie it, when you plug in your rear power, if you get it right, by the time you screw it in at the front and cable manage it at the back properly, it shouldn't wobble at all. At least I've never had any issues with it. But anyway, there's a Vga Stabilizer tool, and that's the accessories that you get. What else have we got here? Have a look at our connectors. Now obviously that thing that I pulled through the back here, which I'll pull back, that's obviously the power for the fan at the back here. This one here, what have we got? This, there we go. So that would be the power for the front fan. I'm guessing that's just this, that would probably be the LEDs for just here. And when I bring you up closer, I'll show you behind here and you'll see that there's the clear panel and LEDs, and that's how it lights up. And when I get it, I will be building in this next, so we'll have a look at it, and then it comes with, looks like HDD LED, reset switch, your power, LED, eSATA. It's not USB 3.0, I believe it's just USB. I don't know if there's a kit out for it as of yet, I haven't seen one. HD audio, and your power switch. So all pretty standard. I do like the fact that obviously they're staying by the being able to remove this center bay. It's actually not too bad for a medium case. It is reasonably roomy. Obviously because there's no fan up here, it's going to have that little bit more room as well because they've kept the same space. So I'll have a look if I can actually get that in there. Now what I'll do is I'll bring you guys in for a closer look, and I'll show you the rest of the case from close up. Rightio guys, so we're going to start from inside the case. Obviously you got your fan at the back here, which is blue. Now I don't know if I can actually get in here or if you guys will be able to see it. I think you might just be able to, but in here is the fan. It is recessed back. There's like a bracket here, so when you actually take the front bezel off, it does sit right in there. Pretty much the same as on the 6th Element. It's pretty much the same. Now this is what I was talking to you guys about before. This white panel here, and then there's LEDs around here and here, which light up that whole panel and give it sort of that cyclonic type look, which isn't too bad. It is also obviously just down here you do have your venting. It's filtered for your power supply, so you can have fan down or fan up. I will also be doing an unboxing of the power supplies that I've been using to show you a bit better on that, as I have been asked to do that. And obviously the filter is quite easy to get out. So I'll show you the front of the case now. So this is the front. You got some venting here. That's what it looks like up close, nice and shiny. We'll even use the handle to open it. Look at that. So you got a bit more venting here. That's obviously where the fan sits behind. The lights again, reset switch is just here, hidden away. Up at the top here, there's your USB, eSATA, headphone mic jack, and your power. Alright guys, that's been another Wise Choice Systems review. As usual, if you have any questions, feel free to ask below.